This is the translation of the story about the man in the walls, one of the most chilling, true encounters ever shared on Reddit. The Man in the Vents. This story involves a young man who lived alone in an old but cozy top-floor apartment. For a while, things seemed normal, but then small, inexplicable things started happening. Food in the fridge would go missing, just tiny amounts, like a single slice of cheese or a sip of milk. Objects in his room would be slightly moved from where he remembered leaving them. He brushed it off as exhaustion or simple forgetfulness. However, one night when he lay in bed in the pitch-black room, he heard a sound that didn't belong. It wasn't the house settling or the floorboards creaking. It was a muffled, rhythmic scratching coming from deep inside the wall, right behind the bedroom ventilation grate. Then came the breathing, heavy, wheezing, and slow. The man froze. He stared at the vent in the darkness, and suddenly he saw a tiny glint of light. It was the reflection of a human eye. Someone was staring at him from inside the wall. Staying incredibly quiet, he slowly grabbed his phone, slipped out of the apartment, and called the police from the hallway. When the officers arrived and pried open the ventilation shaft and the crawl space behind it, they found something that made everyone's blood run cold. In the narrow space between the walls where the pipes ran, a homeless man had set up a makeshift living area. He was skeletal and thin, which allowed him to squeeze through the tightest gaps. He had a dirty mattress, several stolen trinkets, and, most terrifying of all, a journal. In this journal, the intruder had meticulously documented the tenant's life. He knew exactly what time the man woke up, what he ate for breakfast, and what movies he liked to watch. But the final entry, written just hours before, was the most haunting. "He's having trouble falling asleep tonight. He's looking right at me. I think it's time to end the game." It turned out the man had been living inside the walls for over 6 months. He would come out while the tenant was at work or in a deep sleep, use his bathroom, eat his food, and even sit in his favorite armchair.